It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the Jags and the Chiefs under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Mahomes now to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing now is Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Gerald Everett, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Now ETN to start the drive. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20, Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 74 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mahomes to throw once more. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. Travis Kelce taking it in. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. ETN up the middle. 82 yards on the ground in his first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This now a 3rd and 4. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. In motion left is Thomas. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 55 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Terrace Marshall, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Terrace Marshall who's able to cap things off with a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass. So whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, pass, pass. Finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Lurican. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. Draw play, ETN. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game. On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Marshall. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Terrace Marshall. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Forced out to his left. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They go play fake. Mahomes.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. From the gun, it's Mahomes. A little short pass. This is Everett shedding the tackle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brian Thomas
as the first half is winding down.
And the Jaguars continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Patterson now for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Oh, they'll try to run a reverse here. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne.
And oh, he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Terrace Marshall
saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Jaguars have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them, all right? You didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Mahomes going to throw.
That is caught, and he will have a Chiefs first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now it's Mahomes again. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 35. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now here's Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Finding Edwards-Helaire once again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and goal.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got it. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them, because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. 138 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. ETN once more.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Here's a give to ETN.
They juked him. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
A handoff for ETN.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
24.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy once again.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Gain 4 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Jags are going to take over at their own 41. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9. Another tote for Etienne.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.